No, I'm not asking to withdraw as his lawyer. I'm asking for the court to be recused.
All right, well, and if you want a motion to recuse, another judge will have to hear that.
That's correct, Judge. So I'm a few more days to properly.
Oh, there's
prepare.
nothing for me to do on the case once you file that.
The motion to recuse was granted. Judge Stephanie Boyd was officially removed from any further proceeding.
The only reason why I went to go into the truck with the key is to turn my alarm off. And I was in handcuffs already. I got slammed to the ground.
I'm just reading the file, so the request is
Exactly. That's
denied
all
at
you're
this
doing
time.
is reading a file. You're
No,
not
that's
sitting
all
here
the
understanding
word-
as a man, feeling it's okay for them to punch me.
DWI, DWI, FSGI, retaliation, DWI, assault of a public servant. That's why I have my eye on you. And when I have someone telling me that you're driving now, repeatedly, I have a big problem with it.
The 5th, 2025.
Last date, that was the article report attachments where he had allegedly had contacted her through Tiffany after the election.
All right.
So as far as that, Judge, we're pleading no contest. My client has no prior offenses. The
Well,
state
no.
can-
I'm
No,
trying
but
to see if
I'm
there's,
trying to get there. I'm trying to get there as to our application we are applying for deferred adjudication. And so because of that, I would not want him to make any stipulation. So that's why I asked him to plead no contest. Because if the court should grant him deferred, then
well, here's the thing. I don't have that in the stipulations to prove the 2025 CR 004086. Now, if somebody wants to amend this and attach jail calls, they can attach it, but I don't have enough proof in here for these other dates. The only date that I have in the stipulated evidence is I have a date from January 5th for violation of protective order. But the other dates I don't have in here. Sure. So if y'all want to step back, you can, but in cause number 2025 CR 03533, the court is finding that there is sufficient evidence to find you guilty. The court will defer finding of guilt. It takes about 8 weeks to 12 weeks for a PSI. If you would like to have him come back without a PSI, but just have time to call witnesses, you're more than welcome to do so.
So I've conferred with my client, and I've also contacted family members, and my client wishes to waive PSI. And just have the court, and that was why we took a little bit of a recess, Judge, before we got on the bench, is just to confirm the criminal history. And so at this time, we're asking the court to waive PSI, and we proceed with sentencing today. Your Honor, my client, he's 27 years old. He is not native to Texas. He's from Indianapolis, Indiana. I'm sorry? Chicago, Illinois. I apologize, but he, as mentioned before, he's 27 years old. The victim and him are obviously very familiar. They've been together since they were children. So I think since they were like 16 years old, is that right? 16? 15. Since they were
All right, does he
15.
want to testify?
No, Judge, just let me just finish. I'm so sorry.
All right, so you can't get information from him, then turn back to the court to give whatever information he's given you if he's not going to testify.
Okay, I'll just
All right.
proceed. I'm sorry, Judge.
No problem.
And they do have 3 children together. And obviously they've had a myriad of things happen, I guess, in their lives, and they have both matured and progressed. And my client wishes to accept responsibility. He understands that the only way he's going to see his children, because that was another thing that we talked about, was that there will be a no contact order. That is something that obviously he's vehemently opposed because he does have 3 children. And so I did advise him that this would be part of the plea agreement, and if he wants to hire a lawyer and get some custody issues and orders in place so that they can go around that order, in order for him to be able to see his children, because obviously the state is not asking for a no contact order with the children. It would only be with the mother, the natural mother, which is the victim here. I have spoken to his father. I am not sure if yesterday he was on the Zoom and standby. And I mentioned him that he would at the same time today, and I don't know if he's in the waiting room or not, but notwithstanding, my client does want to go forward. His father obviously speaks very highly of him. Unfortunately, he did get arrested in February 27th, which is when he got booked for the last time. So he's been obviously in custody for almost going 3 months now. He's got health issues at the jail, Your Honor. He's got psoriasis. He lost about 110 pounds in those 3 months. So he's had some kind of health limitations. And so a lot of that is going into why we have this agreement. Obviously, I've explained to him multiple times, that we could ask for a jury trial from the court. But given the history with these people, that obviously he wants to accept responsibility, and he's wanting to do that today, Judge. And with respects to just putting it on the record, I do want to state that we took a little bit of time going over the criminal history. There was a jury trial that happened in December of 2019 in Indianapolis, Indiana. So that's why I'm sorry I was confused about the city. That there was an actual jury trial, and he was adjudicated not guilty with the same victim. There was also I want the court to take judicial notice of cause number 2025 CI 04103. There was an application for protective order that was made by the victim February 25th, 2025, and it was non-suited in April 17th of 2025. My understanding, and prosecutor wouldn't really talk to me too much with respects to the protective order, Ms. Colon, but she did confirm that it was non-suited due to her leaving the state. So the victim,
Due to what?
the witness leaving the state.
Okay.
So as we stand here today, we have obviously my client hasn't had any contact with her since then. And then, but she has been in contact with the state, which obviously, we know that is for a fact, but obviously he's very concerned for his children. He wants to know their whereabouts. And he did meet with a recruiter, and I did speak to him on the phone. He would not come in for the PSI. His name is, let me see, his name is Eggerson is his last name, Sergeant Eggerson, and I did call the number. Let me see, on Potaranco Road. It's 11223 Potaranco Road, and unfortunately, Mr. Ross was in the process of being recruited to the Army. And so obviously he understands that accepting responsibility for this charge, and should the court grant him deferred, he will not be able to possess a weapon while he's on deferred. But the hope, I guess, is that once he's completed the deferred, is that he'll be able to enlist at that time. So our agreement right now is 4 years. Now the court can give him probation, the court can sentence him, or the court can give him deferred, which I believe he's legally entitled to because he has no convictions.
What do you mean he's entitled to deferred adjudication
Okay,
legally?
well, I would ask the court to take that into consideration, that he has no legal convictions under any other ordinary circumstances. He has no prior offenses,
Okay,
no
but,
convictions. And so
But if you're
because he's a
saying he's-
first-time offender,
all right, but if you're saying he's legally entitled to deferred adjudication on this
I
case?
have no statute.
Oh, all right.
If the court, I have no statute, but I'm just saying as a matter of principle, as a matter of, mercy on my client, the court, I should hope, at least, because again, he's also been in contact with, being recruited, that he would be granted deferred adjudication. And, he wants to move on with his life. He wants to start probation. He understands that should the court grant him probation, he'll have to be here for 45 days, right? You understand? You understand? And that if he wants his probation to be transferred to Indiana, it'll have to be transferred within that time frame.
All right, so what I can
And
tell
they'll
you,
have to accept the
he's not a
transfer.
good candidate for probation.
He's not?
No, he's not. And let me just tell you why. Based upon everything that I've seen, there was a protective order in place, and you were calling the complainant from the Bear County Jail. I mean, does he not understand what no contact means? No contact means no contact. And then we have this charge where you're choking her. So he's not a good candidate for probation. I'm not giving him probation.
Well,
In each
Judge,
cause number, I'm finding him guilty. I'm going to sentence him to 4 years in the prison, give him credit for any time served. There's a $1,500 fine, time and money to run concurrent. The cases are to run concurrently. There's to be no contact with the complainant and no contact with minors. And cause number ending in cause number 2025 CR 003533. There's an affirmative finding of family violence. Did you review the document entitled Trial Court Certification of Defendant's Rights to Appeal in each cause number? With your attorney, did you understand it? Because this is a plea bargain agreement, because I followed your plea bargain agreement, and because you waive your right to appeal, you do not have the court's permission to appeal. Because one of these cases carries an affirmative finding of family violence, and also because it's a felony conviction, you're not allowed to own or possess any weapons or ammunition. If you have a question over what a weapon or ammunition is, you'll need to speak to an attorney.
Sorry, may I speak to my bad, please?
Your attorney said that she did not want you to speak. The court has passed sentence.
I didn't know that I couldn't. I thought I had the whole time to testify. I thought she would.
I asked you if
All
you
right,
wanted
so,
a jury trial.
They're gonna take you back. If
Can I
there's something
please-
else you all want to discuss, if you want to file a motion, you can file a motion and the court will hear that
Please
motion.
speak on my behalf. Can I please speak on my
I don't know what
behalf? I just want to testify. I didn't.
Patrick Washington. All right. The last time you were here, and I'd like for people to feel as though, and not actually just feel as though, but to have had a chance to speak to the court, and it appeared that you wanted to speak to me.
Yes, I did.
All right, and what did you want to speak to me about?
Yeah, I have a second to breathe. I kind of got worked up a little bit.
I'm sorry, what?
Can I have a second to breathe? I kind of
Sure.
worked up a little bit. Just pertaining the case, and I know when you went over it, you seen that the protective order was violated multiple times. It's not. I know it. If you read police reports or a person's victim's testimony of what happened, sometimes it could, it's up to the court, your discretion to see if, try to make sense of it, I guess. But when it comes to probably a protective order, we have children together, and to be honest, like I never been in any trouble before in my life pertaining like legal system and having to no contact, like the contact order with my children. And I was a sole provider for my children. Like she was a stay-at-home mother. And when I went back home, like the no contact order, I went back home, but I was the only person on the lease and I didn't have anywhere else to go. And honestly, from what we talked about pertaining me and her, we were fine on good terms, etc. So to be honest, I didn't think it was gonna be any more.
But see, here's the thing about it is that there's an offense against you for choking, right? And when you think about it, choking a person, that means you're face to face with them. They can't breathe and you're still choking them. Now, you have that, so you have to know that there's a no contact order in place. And when you're saying, oh, well, I leased the apartment or the house or whatever, that's why I was going back there. Okay, I understand that. But when you were placed in custody at the jail, both parties agreed, your attorney agreed and the state agreed that you were actually contacting her from the jail. And so the thing about it is you already have this violent offense for choking someone. And then on top of that, you are continuing to contact them from the jail. You had to know you couldn't contact people from the jail. And that just shows the court that you can't follow rules. And she has, according to the testimony that is taken, she left town and is no longer in Texas or wherever she may be. Then, it is what it is. She left town. Maybe she left because maybe she's thinking, I leave town, he doesn't know where I am, then he can stop contacting me. But that's where we are.
Yes.
Sure.
Okay.
See, I don't know how much I say before.
Well, you're not under oath.
Oh, okay. Well, I could speak freely. Yes. Your Honor, he came back and forth to see me unannounced. Came to the house unannounced. When she was in a woman's home in Fredericksburg, she was they kicked her out of the woman's home, and the police had to come or whatever to escort her away. She came to the house on February 4th or 5th unannounced midnight because I wasn't speaking to her because we were talking during the protective order. We have children. I was sending money for my children, or she would bring the children so we could see them. We would eat together.
Right, so here's my question. Were you sending money to the children from the jail? That's a no.
No,
But you were still calling her from the jail, and that had nothing to do with anything. So here's the thing. I wanted to hear you out because I know I didn't get a chance to fully explain to you why I didn't grant you probation. But the reason why I didn't grant you probation is because you have a crime where you choke her. And then after you choke her, you continue to contact her. What I'm letting you know is I understand, okay, you're on the lease, you go to the apartment or to the home because you're on the lease and you're trying to make sure that the children have food or have money. That's fine. But then you proceed to call her on numerous times from the Bexar County Jail. That's a no. And for the court, part of the reason why I didn't grant you probation is because based upon your actions, you're telling me you can't follow conditions of probation. So that is why.
I actually, Your Honor, if possible, because before this happened, I was enlisted actively in the military. I was enrolled into medical school for LMRT classes to become a radiologist. And my classes started in March 2025. I've been in and out, grew up in the jail, etc., house arrest, etc. since then. I understand exactly where you coming from and how it could seem to the court, or even like the charge, or etc. I've been sitting in jail and dealing with different health reasons, low potassium and low liver enzymes since the date of my arrest, December 5th to March 18th. I was admitted to the hospital. I had lost 110 pounds because I wouldn't eat because I had psoriasis, which is like my skin breaks out from certain foods, meat, dairy, etc., sugars, have you. I grew up in a family where my immediate household was my father, my brother, and myself. Out of us three, both of them are felons, and neither one of them graduated high school. I'm the only one who graduated high school. I'm the only one who wasn't a felon. So applying for the probation and adjudication was trying to save me from becoming a felon. I took pride in not having any criminal history. If you could so grant me, I don't have obviously lawyer here, but I was thinking
You can always come back with your attorney. I tell you what, I'll have you come back with your attorney. If you want to come back with an attorney, you can.
no, I'm just speaking to you. I mean, it's up to you. I mean, I just don't want to be a strain on my family, and being that I know that I would abide to any probation adjudication, especially the first. I can try to save my record and save me to be able to go on and have a career in any field or even enlist in the Army still. I would say if you could maybe think or ponder on doubling the sentence to 8 years probation deferred and double the fines. And if you could possibly consider a no harmful contact, because Carissa has my children and Carissa has my children, she has my car, she has a bunch of my possessions. No, from our family, both of our families know each other. I knew Carissa since I was 14 years old. Both of our families know each other. Carissa doesn't, she's left her family.
Let me just tell you this, what I would suggest to you is speak to your attorney. The reason why I had you brought back is because I felt that there is something you wanted to say. And I know I didn't get a chance to explain to you why I made the ruling I made. And I will tell you, we're always taught as judges never to explain our rulings, just make the ruling and move on. But I don't like to do that because I don't want people to think that I haven't heard their story or I'm not paying attention to them or that I'm not looking at them as individuals. So I noticed as you were being taken away, you were raising your hand. And that made me realize that I really didn't get a chance to explain to you why I ruled the way I ruled. Now, if you're asking or wanting me to perhaps do some type of different sentence, and for me to consider that, then your attorney will need to file a specific motion for that. The coordinator will let your attorney know, and we'll go from there, okay?
May I say something?
Sure.
I was told yesterday that my lawyer or attorney made motions for reconsideration and a bunch of other motions.
I haven't received those.
That's what I was told from my family when I called them. Before I went up here, this is all off the record.
Yeah, we're off the record.
The
The court reporter is not taking anything down.
I didn't understand what I signed with the silent.
All right, so here's the thing. You need to talk to your attorney about that. So everything else that you're about to say now, you need to talk to your attorney. Your attorney can file whatever motion she chooses to file, okay?
No, I was getting to what
No, you're getting to places that you should not get to.
I was up there, but I'm saying that before we came up here, I was told several times that I could be able to.
No. Here's the thing. You are now trying to, or well, attempting to wade into legal matters. And I think you should have your attorney here to discuss that. All right? So, Ms. Ferguson,
Yes.
has a motion been filed by his attorney?
I need to double check that, Judge, I don't, do you have his case number, Judge?
No.
They're right.
Okay. All right, and if they have filed, if she has filed something, we'll put it on a docket for it to be heard, and Ms. Ferguson will set it. So just have a seat, and Ms. Ferguson, if she finds something, we'll set it, all right? Okay, so when are we available to hear whatever motion she has filed?
I can do it the first week of June. I need to contact Anita to make sure she's available.
All right. So as soon as your attorney is available before 30 days, we'll hear her. Okay? And if you have some type of food intolerance, you need to let the jail know. If you let the jail know, they will prepare you a specific meal.
I literally, this is all in the notes. This is all the thing I told, when I had Zoom port for the protective order hearing, I would go to Zoom port in jail, and I told,
Deputy Mejia,
Yes,
will you please let the jail know that he has food intolerance to dairy?
Yes, sir. No, it's not just dairy, it's meats, processed foods.
All right, he can't eat any processed food. Will you let them know that he needs to eat green? Yes.
Your Honor, he needs to submit a sick call so they can verify he does eat, that he's allergic and can't tolerate that.
Your Honor, I can tell you exactly what happened. I was in jail for 34 days.
So here's the thing. The only question that I need to know is, did you submit what form?
This is, it's a lot of medical blood work. I took
Did
a lot
you
of,
submit it?
I've been in and out of, yes, I went to
No,
the
my
hospital.
question is, did you submit the form to the
Yes.
proper people?
Yes, several times.
All right, so Deputy Laura, if you can make sure that the jail has the information on him, and I will send an email.
And I didn't eat until I went to the hospital after 30.
I will send them an email about your intolerance. Is there anything else?
That's it.
All right, so I'm gonna send an email right now about your food intolerance. So what specifically can you not eat?
I was wanting to just get some type of fruit and they didn't give me any fruit. They said because it's hooch and all this.
Okay,
other
this is
stuff.
what I want I want you to listen to me and internalize what I'm saying. As my grandmother would always say, it's not about who shot John right now. So somebody did something or they didn't do something. I'm not at that point right now. Where I am is you're telling me you have a problem. I'm trying to solve it. So I don't need to know the backstory. I'm just trying to figure out, what are you not allowed to eat? What can you eat? And I will send an email to the sheriff letting him know that you are not allowed to eat dairy. So other than dairy, what else can you not eat?
Meats, processed food. I just really fruits and vegetables.
All right, so you're not allowed to eat meats or processed food. And what are the results if you eat meats or processed food?
I have skin breakouts in my face and hair area, etc. And it gets like red irritants with psoriasis.
All right.
I didn't mean to agitate.
No, I mean, I just want you to tell me, what can you not eat? The fact that somebody is still serving you specific things, I'm trying to solve that problem, but I need to know what you can't eat. So you're telling me no dairy, no meat or processed foods, correct?
Yeah.
All right. All right, thank you.
Thank you.
Mr. Ross, this one. Your Honor, how many votes?
All right, could I have his file, please?
Who is that?
Jalen Ross.
Jalen Ross.
And I see it's raining.
Oh yeah, I got poured from, yeah, I got wet from head to toe. But I was having like a lot of problems, like last night, my power kept going out. It went out like 5 times. And then like this morning, I couldn't hear you. So I apologize, but
No problem.
I did confer with the state and we
The motions that she just filed this morning, we haven't had proper time to review them, and it will give us at least 3 days before those motions are heard.
Oh, we can go for it. It's a motion to
No, just-
reconsider.
I wanted to start to talk about it in chambers if that's possible.
All right, so here's the thing. Once I have motions to reconsider, I always tell people,
Excuse me, it went mute and I can't hear or see anybody.
yes, I know it's mute.
Oh,
Let me unmute. All right, so I'm not going to reconsider his sentence unless there's some evidence where he should have a motion for new trial.
All right,
Not
that's
gonna-
correct, Judge. So I filed a motion to withdraw the plea, and I've also filed a verified motion to recuse.
All right, I don't have the motion to withdraw before me.
I have copies. So
And
that's
you
why
want to
I'm-
withdraw.
No, I'm not asking to withdraw as his lawyer. I'm asking for the court to be recused.
All right, well, what I can tell you is I'm not reconsidering any sentencing. And if you want a motion to recuse, another judge will have to hear that.
That's correct, Judge. So I'm asking that it be, and I know the state's asking for a few more days to properly.
Oh, there's
prepare.
nothing for me to do on the case once you file that. All right, Thank you.
All right, thank you, Judge.
You're welcome.
Can Mr. Ross be excused?
He can be excused.
Okay, thank you for your time.
All right, thank you.
Because the motion sought Judge Boyd's recusal, another judge had to step in to handle the matter. On June 24th, the recusal hearing was held before visiting Judge Donna S. Reyes in Bexar County. Instead of deciding the issue that day, Judge Reyes granted the defense's request for a continuance, giving both sides more time before a ruling would be made. With no immediate decision, Ross remained in custody while everyone waited to see whether Judge Boyd would stay on the case. Weeks later, on July 16th, the answer finally came. The motion to recuse was granted. Judge Stephanie Boyd was officially removed from any further proceedings, bringing her involvement in the case to an end.
My name is Lisa Jarrett, and I'm the judge of the 436 District Court.
With Judge Boyd no longer presiding, the case was reassigned. The next hearing would be handled by Judge Lisa Jarrett, who now had the authority to review the defense's pending motions, including the request to reconsider Ross's sentence. What happened next surprised many people. After reviewing the case, Judge Jarrett reached a very different conclusion. Instead of leaving Ross's 4-year prison sentence in place, she granted deferred adjudication, placed him on 8 years of community supervision, ordered 200 hours of community service, and reduced his fine.
Before the court today, on Miss Morgan's request to set aside a conviction, 2 convictions of assault resist obstructive police officer from 2019. So, as an initial matter, counsel, why don't you place your appearance on the record?
Bonnie Pravet on behalf of the people.
Very well. And ma'am, you're Miss Morgan? You're going to have to unmute Miss Morgan.
Oh, yes, sir. I'm sorry.
All right. And Miss Morgan, I'm going to swear you in if you'd please raise your right hand. Do you solemnly swear or affirm that your testimony today will be the truth and nothing but the truth?
Yes, sir.
All right. And Ms. Morgan, did you receive the prosecutor's office's response to your motion?
Yes, I did. I didn't understand it though.
Okay. Well, I can tell you that I received that. And did you receive a copy of the letter from Police Department Detective Levi Guppy?
I think it was some man. It was some man who wrote a letter. He said he can't appear in court.
Yeah, he was a Grand Rapids police officer, and the gist of his letter there was that, and I'm not certain if it was, it was in connection with this incident because he describes the resisting and obstructing as you trying to force your way into a vehicle against his orders at the time while you were intoxicated. And stemming out of that, then he states there were false allegations, including internal affairs complaints with the police department and the jail, alleging discourtesy, excessive force, sexual discrimination, and racial discrimination, and also with the Department of Civil Rights against the city of Grand Rapids. Him, Detective Guppy, and the county sheriff's office. And that ultimately all those investigations concluded by 2022 with the finding of that they weren't supported or that they were false in the case of the internal affairs complaints. So he is requesting that I deny the request to set aside the conviction based on, one of the standards to set aside conviction is that the amount of time has passed since the conviction, and second, that your conduct during the time since the conviction has been good enough to merit setting aside the conviction Why shouldn't I do what the detective wants me to do in this case and deny your request at this time?
Well, I was abused that whole night. I had brought out body cams with that lawyer that I had. He's not saying any of that, Judge. He's not saying anything about how he punched me into my head multiple times. The only reason why I went to go into the truck with the key is to turn my alarm off. And I was in handcuffs already. I got slammed to the ground. I got almost beaten to death outside and in the jail.
All right. Well, I was there. Obviously, I didn't see what happened. What lawyer represented you in the matter?
I don't remember her name, but I know she was tall and she had red hair.
Okay. Was she your
It
criminal
was a long
lawyer?
time ago, so I
It
really,
might have been Laura Joyce, I suppose.
yes,
She's with the
yes, I think
defendant's
that's
office and fits your
yes.
description. Yeah. Okay. Well, I mean, the bottom line though is that even after reviewing the cameras and the information during the investigation, none of those agencies found a reason to, sustain your complaint or even write a letter of reprimand, much less take any disciplinary action. Um, it sounds to me like that the allegations, weren't supported adequately by the video and things like that, or I would have expected some sort of um, outcome to come out of those investigations. So, I guess uh,
They
I've
didn't
got,
even give me a chance to, even voice my opinion on how that happened. Even my auntie was the one who called the police and lied. How am I driving with my daughter when my car was parked in my auntie's yard and my dad had my keys? See, nobody was there, to actually see really what happened.
yeah.
My whole
Oh,
family seen it, and I feel like how they almost killed me that night. I feel that I should have a chance of freedom of all the good. I mean, I've been good for how many years? I haven't even been a felon. My background isn't even bad. I'm not that type of person.
why don't you
But for
describe to me some of the other things you've been up to since that time?
I
Uh,
got me a job. I work at sanitation.
okay.
I
How long you been
I
working there?
DoorDash. I have a 14-year-old daughter,
How long you been working?
almost a month now.
Okay.
It just hurts me because they almost killed me. And my mental state is really bad against, like, I'm scared to death of the police. How a man feels like they can punch me in my head that hard and so many times and expected me just to take it. And how they threw me in the holding cell and put their knees in my back, sir.
Yeah, well, and like I said, I of course wasn't there. I didn't see any of those things. I do see that, ultimately coming out of that, you did plead to the two. Uh,
They
with
made me plead to that too. And it also says attempt as a misdemeanor.
right,
They
they were
made me
both
plead to that.
attempted. Yeah, yeah,
They
both
made me plead to
misdemeanors.
that because of what they did. They didn't want me to go further with what they did to me out there.
Well, I mean,
Body cams were shown in the court and everything.
when I do take pleas, every week. And when you take one, you do have to say that, you are guilty of what the charges are and that, no one's threatening you or, making any side deals with you, as it were. And it sounds like then that, um, you know,
In that court hearing, it was all types of side deals. The man wasn't even there during any court hearing. I just don't find this fair at all.
no, I understand. However, part of the set aside process is, uh, that taking the responsibility for what happened in the past. And it sounds like, unfortunately, you're just not there yet. And, there may be,
Oh,
say, I don't understand the underlying, um,
well, is there any way that I could push this further of them beating me since they want to push everything away? Because if I can't do this now, then I'm going to push this through the courts of how they put their hands on me and almost kill me
yeah,
over a
well,
lie
with
that
regard
somebody
to
called
that,
on me.
Yeah, the only thing I can advise is certainly a lawyer could take up those complaints. You know, if they found there was enough of a case there, you could
Yes,
bring.
I am, because I would really like, and I would like to, if anyone could send me his information, the where I can give to a lawyer, because this right here, I feel that's not right, that a police officer had a right to punch me as big as he is with handcuffs on me in the back of my head
All
so
right,
many
well, here's
times.
what I'll do is I'm gonna deny it today. However, I'll mark on the denial that you can reapply in a year. That'll give you some time to go through it with a lawyer. Um, Guy I used to work with, Steve Drew, handles complaints against police officers. He's at
Yes, I would really like to
Drew
push
Cooper
through
and
with that,
Anding. If
because
you want someone to review the case, he'll at least review it. You know, and I can't make any comment as to its merit, but you can certainly tell Steve that Judge Rossi recommended him, you know, as an attorney to possibly review the case at least. So,
yeah, because I want to reopen that up or something, because I feel that that's not right, that that happened to me in front of my daughter.
yeah, no, and I
In
guess
front
what
of
I'm getting
everybody.
here,
My daughter had to see them abuse me and almost kill me outside, throw me in the police car, and then all of them did it to me in jail.
yeah.
If that, I wish that lawyer was here, because she understood exactly and she seen what happened.
Well, and certainly if you know,
And
Miss
that
Joyce is
man, he has no heart with God.
all
That's all
right.
I can say.
Well, Miss Joyce still works at the defender's office. You know, I'd certainly be willing to either hear her testimony or review any letter or anything she would submit in support. But you know what I've got right now is two different, you know, sides of the story saying the opposite thing. You know, I've
I
got
feel
you
that you're
saying this was
believing
terrible, and
him. You're
yeah.
taking his side.
Well, all I
And
can,
that's okay. That's
yeah,
okay, because like I said, God sees what happens and how people treats people. And
I agree, and
justice
all I can say
is
is,
not served
yeah,
with this.
yeah, and it seems like the paperwork, at least on, you
And
know,
for
from
you to
his
sit
perspective,
there and
cleared him.
discriminate towards me like I didn't learn, knowing you wasn't there, I feel that ain't right either, sir. That's
Yep,
not
no,
right at all.
I understand
So
the,
yeah, I would like to push this further,
yep,
very
and you can
higher. And I,
also
matter of fact,
appeal,
I want to sue him for
yep.
abusing me and almost killing me.
Well, I'd like to say, I'd recommend on the civil side, talk to Steve Drew. He can give you the parameters if it's a good case or not. That he
Oh,
would,
it's definitely going to be a good case, because then body cams is going to get brought back in.
all right. Well,
So
like I
yeah,
say,
I appreciate that.
and then you can bring this to set it aside again in a year when maybe there's a little more clarity on
I
what.
don't see how it's clarity when you're not even trying to, you're listening to mainly what he did and say it's okay for a man to abuse a woman.
Well, I don't want to say that, but I would do say that, you know, it looks like from his perspective, at least all those internal investigations that they did in the Department of Civil Rights, I assume did not find
He
any
the one who stopped
cause.
all that. He did. So
Well, but those
yes.
are independent, you know, they have some
But for you to sit
duties.
there and discriminate towards me, though, out of a
Well,
whole
I'm
7
not
years
trying to
that
be
I never been a
discriminatory
felon,
yet.
I never assaulted nobody, I never did anything like that. So yeah, for you to say that to me, that's not right at all.
Yep,
So
I
yeah,
understand your
let's push
position,
this
but
further, and I'd rather end this.
yep, I'm just reading the file. So the request is
Exactly. That's
denied
all
at
you're
this
doing
time.
is reading a file. You're
No, and
not
that's
sitting
all I
here
can, we're,
understanding as a man, feeling it's okay for them to punch me all in my head and throw me on the ground for a lie that my auntie said. That
all
was
right,
the whole thing was a lie. And I'm going to push that too, because it's not right to make false lies to the police.
all right.
That's
Well,
against the law.
I understand what you're saying, and I'm more than willing to hear additional evidence, but it'll have to be a year from now
That's all right. That's
if you
fine.
bring it
What I
again.
might as well end it now then.
All right, thank
But
you,
I know
ma'am.
one thing, I really hope God takes care of y'all.
All right, thank you, ma'am.
In fact, she is driving. I'm, come up, Miss Velma.
And I asked her who's transporting her son. It's her grandmother, who is more than willing to vouch. Her grandmother transports him, and so does her mother. But she has not been driving.
I want you to read that letter.
And it is the same individual that has been.
I don't
notified.
care. My only concern is if she's driving, so help me,
Yeah, they're doing a lot. They've also called CPS, which I haven't even had my son, and they're calling CPS and telling them a lot of this is.
just probably with your criminal history,
I understand.
right? I mean,
I understand.
put yourselves in the shoes of someone else, right? Would you want a baby in the custody of someone that has that kind of criminal history? You know? Really?
His father has criminal history as well, and
you're trying to justify it.
If you just can give me 2 seconds. I've never used that against him. I lost my daughter from a different father, so he doesn't know anything that I've been going through. My brother killed himself in 2016 in the parking lot of the Harris County Sheriff's Department on Clay Road. I don't know if you heard about it or saw the news article.
I understand that you have issues. I get it.
What I'm saying is I've never used any of that against them. I've been very amicable with them.
We're having two different conversations. We're having two different, like, what I'm trying to impart to you is that you're talking about custody, right? And I am too, but I'm talking you having custody of someone. What matters is, and you know, when you're single, it's all about you, right? You can do whatever the hell you want to do. You can go here, you can go there, you can stay up 3 days doing whatever you want to do. When you get married, it's about your significant other, right? You always think about your significant other because that's what a marriage is, right? It's a chain link fence. And when the link is broken too much, the fence falls apart. When you have a kid, it's not about you. It's not about your significant other. It's only about the baby. Nothing else matters. And that's why two people who cannot get along, who have drug issues, have no business bringing another life because they can't even take care of themselves. And you, with the baggage that you have, while you may be a great person, there's too much drama, too much PTSD for a baby to put into the mix. Because everything that you do will impact the baby one way or the other. I don't care what they've done. I don't care what they're doing. I don't care how many cases. You are the one that has the baby. You need to make the sound decision. I know you don't have the baby. But what I'm telling you, if and you do at some point, my concern here is public safety. I don't care about your baby. I don't care about your grandmother. I don't care about your husband. I don't give a rat's ass about anything about that. But with you, DWI, FSGI, retaliation, DWI, assault of a public servant. That's why I have my eye on you. And when I have someone telling me that you're driving now repeatedly, I have a big problem with that because I've ordered you not to drive and I had you sign an affidavit. And so help me, if I find that you're driving one way or the other, I'm going to freaking lose it. You better not be driving. I don't care what is going on in your life. I don't care who you have to pick up. Do you understand me? Tell me, has she done the AANA that she was supposed to do?
Yes, Your Honor. I think because there is no transportation, no driving, and mother works 12 hours a day, the grandmother works, the grandfather works. I think you suggested her going online, which she did. I know that didn't turn out to be suitable. I told her to find something near her. She could go something in person where there is a sign-in sheet. She actually now has a sponsor. This is the place she's attending now. The sponsor's name's on the back. It's the first name, Rebecca. Rebecca is suggesting, since she's early in her treatments, that she suggests she go once a day, every day. She wanted her to go today at noon. She told her she was going to be in court. But she also is willing and in agreement to go every day. She likes this person. And so I think this is going to be her new place. She went to one other place as well this weekend, on Fry Road, which isn't too far. There was no sign-in sheet. She got somebody to sign this little paper.
This is a schedule. This doesn't tell me that she's attended though.
Right, I know, yeah.
Do we have any proof that she's
This
done
is one of the
anything?
classes she went to, she got her to
I don't
sign.
care about that. I told you to bring a sheet of paper signed. Did you do that?
I got one printed out. My mom works on Saturday and Sunday from 9 to 9, so
Do you have anything here today with proof that you've gone to any AA meetings or NA meetings?
you get these chips, and that's my sponsor.
Booking your bond. She goes with you, please. I'm sorry, Joaquina. I've more than enough. I've literally. That's it.
Yeah, and I know one of the places they said because of anonymity, they couldn't give her a copy, it was everyone's names on it.
That's not true. It's not true. It's, I mean, I'll give this to you. I don't know. It's-
With defense, we've reached an agreement of probation. Would you take that today?
Yes, but I want her to go to sober court, and I'm gonna make that a condition though, but I'm okay with it. So, what we'll do is we will set her up for a TRAS today.
She's scheduled for May 1st on the TRAS.
Great. But I'm okay with it. But I 100%, she needs sober court.
Yeah, I agree. I
So-
think too, okay.
We just wanted to make sure, because there wouldn't be a bond to revoke at that point. I don't know if you want to keep her in custody, but we reached an agreement today. So that's why I wanted to make
So
sure.
what, and I'm gonna admonish her today, like, I'm gonna let her out.
Yeah.
But the exact conditions that I did now will apply. And so if she fails now, I'm gonna issue a warrant. And then this time I'm gonna keep her in custody until she does everything.
Okay.
So that's it.
Got it, thank you.
You ready? Thank you. Hey, thank you for helping us out. I know that she's high maintenance. I wanted to be like this for her. I wanted to make it as a miserable experience so that she gets it. Unfortunately, you're in the crossfire and I'm sorry, but I have a method to the madness.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, when people have really, really miserable experiences here, that's when they really start to think twice. God, I really had such a bad experience. I don't want to come back. I don't know if that was this yet because we're pleading now and,
Yeah,
but we'll see.
yeah. No.
But thank you. And I'm sorry that you had to go through this with us.
Oh,
If you think that this is the easy way out, you are 100% mistaken. I told you that I was going to make it a miserable experience, and that's what I'm going to do. You will be expected to continue with what you were doing now. And at the first instance you try to toy with me, I will issue a warrant for your arrest. I'm going to put you in jail. And now you will be stuck like Chuck because I'm going to put you in a rehab facility in the jail. It's a minimum of 9 months, depending on how well you respond to treatment. And if you don't respond well, you're looking at about 1.5 years in custody. I'm going to do everything in my power to make sure that you're not going to kill yourself. More importantly, anyone else. And if that means keeping you with me, I'm going to do it in a heartbeat. You now stand charged with driving while intoxicated. You're facing up to 6 months in jail and or a $2,000 fine. So what I want to do with you is Sober Court. Sober Court is a program that helps you get your life on track. And if you do well with them, they help you get a license for you to drive. But it's a program that's rewards you with things, right? You're now going to be doing a DWI education class. You'll be doing victim impact panels. You'll be doing community service. Depending on how well you do with them, they reward you. The rewards are that they will take away your community service and they will help you get a license. In fact, they will pay for you to get a license and a occupational, which is expensive. It's not cheap, but they will reward you with these things to help you pay for these things if you do well with them. That means attending, showing up, and not doing what you say you're going to do when in fact you're not doing it. You have to provide proof. Until we get you into sober court, though, you were with me. And if you try to play this game with me, I will put you in lockup until we get you into sober court. Do you understand? I'm not going to play this game with you. I want proof of what you're supposed to be doing. As part of this agreement, you will be doing a DWI repeat offender education class, 2 victim impact panels, a 4-hour anger management class, a TRAS, no alcohol, no drugs, guardian interlock, and random testing. You will also be doing the AA as well. Do you understand? Ms. Bielma, this is going to go on your record. It's going to be there forever. From now on, you are facing a minimum of 30 days in jail if you ever pick up another DWI. And actually, it's a second. So from now on, if you ever pick up another DWI, you will be facing a 3rd-degree felony, 2 to 10 in the penitentiary. Some people only learn by going to prison. Is that going to be you? I don't know. What matters is, what are you going to be thinking in 20 years? Not now. Time heals all wounds. In 5 years, you're going to forget about this. How do you plead to the offense, man? You're giving up the right to a trial, right to compel witnesses to testify on your behalf, confront and cross-examine your accusers. If you're not a citizen, there are possible immigration consequences. You can be deported, excluded from the country, denied naturalization under federal law. You give up the right to appeal. You know, I was telling Ms. Rodriguez here that the idea is to make your experience so miserable that you think twice. I don't know if we're here. Yeah, I don't know if we're there yet. Here with you. Only time will tell. You can shed as many tears as you want, but the real test is, what are you going to be doing when you're faced with the dilemma, when you're out there at a bar? Are you going to get in a car again, even if it's 15 years away? How do you plead to the offense, man? I will find you guilty. I will follow the agreement. So I still want her coming here with us, proving to us that she's doing AA, taking drug tests 3 times a week. And then the drug test will continue. Did you get a date for sober for the TRAS?
Yes, it's gonna be on the 19th.
Oh, 3 days? Oh, wonderful. Great. So this is great because that way we can get you in and expedite you as soon as possible. Okay. Thank you so much. We're good. Yes.